Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining today's session. I'm Roland Illyes, the founder of GRACEX. It's a pleasure to connect with leaders who, like me, are navigating in the real challenges of today's workplaces. Let me say upfront, this isn't a sales pitch. I'm here to share what we are learning about employee engagement and well-being, what's working, what's broken, and what forward-thinking organizations are doing differently. If you are leading a team or a business, I know you are feeling the pressure of retaining talents in the tight market, meeting new compliance and psychosocial risk requirements, and facing engagement fatigue across the burned out workforce. So today we will unpack what's really going on and what you can do differently. Let's move past theory and talk about what disengagement is costing Australian organizations right now. According to Gallup's 2024 report, we are looking at 12 billion Australian dollars every year just in the SME sector. Disengagement isn't just a people issue. It's a major financial and operational risk. So let's see a few direct impacts to your business. 1 in 7 employees will leave their job in the next 12 months, based on the statistics. For a leader, that's real. Think about your team. Who's on the edge? Replacing a senior employee can cost up to $150,000 for your business. But the bigger loss is the 18 months it takes for the teams to recover. Disengagement employees take twice as much unplanned leave as their engaged peers. That's not just absence. It's missed deadlines, lost productivity, friction. And there is a silent cost. Psychological injury claims, their numbers have doubled in the last 6 years. The psychology injuries claims are just 12% of the serious claims in number, but 38% in the total costs. Because now an average claim is 37 weeks off the work and $288,000 per claim. The return to work within 12 months ratio is below 60%, meaning over 40% of the injured couldn't return to work within a year, which is just only 9% in the physical injuries. These are often preventable, but they creep in quietly, stress, poor psychological safety, unresolved tensions until it's too late. Here's the kicker. The early signs are nearly invisible. People withdraw, stop sharing ideas. They are present, but not really there. And the time someone leaves or takes an extended leave, the real issue have been brewing for months. Traditional tools like annual engagement survey or exit interviews, they are too slow and too reactive. No dashboard can substitute for real trust and human connection. Disengagement is about your business loses when people stop believing they matter. It's incremental, but it's avoidable if you see the signals early and respond with rhythm, not just with reaction. So what doesn't work anymore, and why do we still see those patterns? It's tempting to blame individuals. People are just not resilient enough, or let's get everyone into the office and problem solved. But the real issue is systematic. Disengagement isn't about the lack of grit. It's about environments that feel unsafe, inconsistent, and disconnected from the real experience. And most solutions are outdated. As I mentioned, the annual engagement surveys, by the time you act, it's too late. The well-being days, well-meaning, but feel like band-aids. They don't build new habits. They can even make well-being feel like your own problem, not the organization's. Similarly to the homely designed office with gyms, resting areas, recreational spaces. One of the initiatives that made the effort counterproductive as the employee psychological response was, oh, so my employer wants me to stay more time in the workplace instead of going home and spending time with my loved ones. So hence you could see a rollback of those initiatives. The meditation or well-being apps, very often they are unused. Why? Because well-being cannot be outsourced. It must be built into the everyday rhythm. The results? One of solutions that check compliance boxes but don't change culture. The truth is, culture isn't built once in a year. It's built every week. It's in the micro movement when people feel safe to speak up, when their effort is recognized, and when leaders act on early signals, not just big events. It's about presence, not programs. Now we covered why all tools fall short. So let's talk about what works instead. First, GRACEX isn't a well-being app. It's not another HR platform. It's not an engagement dashboard. GRACEX is a resilience operating system designed by organizational psychologists, built right into your daily workflow. Our approach is about changing the system, not just supporting individuals, so that leaders, teams, and culture all grow together week by week. 3 things drove our design. First, it must fit into the existing workflow. We don't create more work. Second, insights becomes action, not just dashboards, practical guidance for leaders. And number 3, elevates employees' voice and leadership capability at the same time. Our 3 core components or pillars. First is the Tuesday check-in, micro-coaching for resilience. Every week, employees get a quick scenario-based prompt designed by the psychologist to build resilience for daily and unexpected challenges. It builds up a toolbox for employees to respond to the situations, not reacting to them. Delivered in Teams, Slack, or whatever collaboration tool is available in your organization. Think of it like 90 seconds a week to build a real capability, not just tick a box. Our second one is our real 2 ways communication. Either establish it or foster it by the first day insights. So fortnightly, employees answer 4 to 6 anonymous questions on things like psychological safety, workload, leadership, and role clarity. But instead of dumping the data, our psychologists translate it into a simple, actionable insights for leaders. What's changing, what to do, what might need to check in on an individual level. You still get your dashboard, but more importantly, you get a real usable guidelines. Feedback becomes action, and action becomes culture. Our third pillar is our well-being balance, where the recognition has a purpose. Every interactions with check-ins, insights, earns well-being credits. Not points for prizes model, but credits that can be donated to local charities by actions such as a charity day or directly selected donations on behalf of the company. So what happens next? How do you know if your organization is ready to shift from reactive box-ticking engagement to something that actually moves the needle on resilience and well-being? Here is what we have learned. GRACEX isn't right for everyone, at least right now, as is. Not because your people aren't ready, but because your systems, leadership rhythms, or the ways of working might need some tuning first. And that's why we start with the low-pressure practical step, the GRACEX Ready Assessment. It's a quick diagnostics, no obligations, no hard sell, that looks at your system, your leadership, and your operational maturity. The goal isn't to qualify or disqualify you, but to help you identify what needs to be in place for GRACEX to really make an impact. We want long-lasting and embedded impact into your team, not just another hassle for your employees. When you have the right foundation, the right rhythm, and the right intent, suddenly, well-being, engagement, and resilience start to show up in your results, not just in your policies. If any part of today's session resonated with you, if you are seeing the hidden costs of the disengagement, or if you want to create a more resilient, thriving workplace, I invite you to reach out. Not for a pitch, but to share your reality and explore if this is the right fit for you. You can connect me on LinkedIn if you prefer a direct conversation. Thank you for giving your time and attention today. Whatever your next step, I wish you the very best as you lead your people through the change.